Waiting for a new micro Four Thirds camera. Feels like
This is the best Panasonic camera ever made. Okay, not really, but in my opinion, it's the best micro Four Thirds camera that Panasonic have ever made. So today I want to talk about why it's so great and why we need a micro Four Thirds version of the S9 that's just come out that everyone's kind of losing their shit over. Oh, it's the Panasonic G80, by the way, or G85. So I am a proud, self-confessed micro Four Thirds fanboy after switching a long time ago from Nikon, APS-C and full frame cameras. Actually, first of all to the FZ100 and then on to the GH4, the G80, GH5, G9. And I've kind of stopped at the G9 because, well, micro Four Thirds aren't micro anymore. I don't know if you've noticed. It's more like major Four Thirds. Yet, paradoxically, all Panasonic's full frame cameras seem to be getting smaller. So in this video, I'm just going to plead my little heart out with you and hopefully Panasonic who's watching to make micro Four Thirds micro again. Yay! But I bet no one's actually watching. So I have recently returned to YouTube after a long break. I quit basically. There's a whole video about it. You can go watch it. It's a thing. And although I don't really know what I'm doing anymore on YouTube, I've been watching a lot of S9 videos and I love the S9. It looks great. It looks cool, but it's very polarizing and I understand why. And what kind of struck me about the S9 is that it's a small, light, full-frame camera, and that's the whole point, right? Small and light. But to get the full-frame look, you really need to put on larger, full-frame lenses, and that kind of defeats the object of this small, light camera, right? Okay, they made a 26mm pancake lens, but that's f8 manual focus. What are you going to do with that? And there's a new wide-angle zoom coming out, but again, that's like f4.5 to something. So again, not really vibing with the whole full frame thing. But if you just take a small micro Four Thirds camera like this baby, whack on a few small primes like this, focus iPhone, or like this, or a 20mm 1.7 pancake, you're gonna get some amazing full frame like results in a small body with small lenses. Do you get what I'm saying here? That's, for me, is the elephant in the room about the S9. Not that it has no hot shoe, no mechanical shutter and recording limits. That's fine. If you want all that, you gotta go to the S5 too. But it's meant to be a small full frame camera, but you can't really get small full frame results. And that brought me to micro Four Thirds. We just need a 2024 version of this. And okay, there are newer, smaller micro Four Thirds cameras than this, the G80, G85, but they've all kind of fallen short in one way or another. In fact, the GX9, I believe, is cancelled, and the G100 fell flat on its face. Now, I personally bought the G100. I loved it as a photography tool. It was small and it was light. But once you try Panasonic's IBIS, you don't go back. So the G100 didn't have the IBIS. It also had really bad preamps. Not really bad, but bad. Worse than this. It also had a significant crop and it didn't have the autofocus. If we updated the G100 or even put micro Four Thirds tech in an S9 body, like they did with the S5 and the G9 II body, then all of a sudden you have the S9 experience, a small camera with small lenses, amazing results because you're in the micro Four Thirds system and because you've got the small lenses. And if they did that, the smaller micro Four Thirds sensor may afford some more space to have a mechanical shutter and a hot shoe and better heat dissipation and probably no recording limits. But it's never going to happen, so why am I making this video? Back to the video. Okay, it's not full frame, and full frame is the buzzword in cameras, isn't it? So it just makes sense to me. Seeing all the videos from Japan with the S9 and the, people putting big old lenses on them, that just didn't really make sense. So, I mean, once the lenses are there and there's some great Sigma options available, I know, then the S9 will be already a more compelling camera than it already is. But until then, us Micro Four Thirds users feel really left out. It's ironic because I was going to upgrade to the G9 too, but I didn't, simply because it was still a big camera. I mean, it's not a big camera really, and I use my G9 for more professional stuff, but generally, you know, for YouTube videos, I'm happy shooting with this, or now, the iPhone. And dare I say it, I got the new iPhone instead of the G9 too. Why? Size, baby, size matters. So that's kind of my rant. I realise I haven't talked at all about the G80, the G85, but it's great. It just needs an upgrade. And I hope that Panasonic is already working on a new, smaller, lighter Micro Four Thirds camera with 2024 tech, like a mini G9 2 or even a mini G9, because that would be great. Because I love Micro Four Thirds, I love the small lenses, I love the stabilization, and I know full frame has that already now, but still, let's make Micro Four Thirds micro again, because size matters, baby. And in my case, smaller the better.
That's what she said.
All right, that's it. That's everything. That's my rant over. Can we make Micro Four Thirds micro again? I hope so. Until then, go buy a G80 or a G85. You'll probably get them for like £200, less than that. Grab a couple of primes, have a good time, and pretend you've got an S9. Peace.